Have you ever been discarded by a narcissist? Do you know how to cope with it emotionally and practically? I will tell you 4 key techniques in coping with the discard at the end of this video. After being discarded by a narcissist, the primary actions are to establish no contact, seek support, and focus on self-care and recovery. I have discussed these elements in other videos, but they are very important to talk about. The discard is a reflection of the narcissist's inability to form a healthy connection, not a reflection of your self-worth. The following that I'm going to talk about today is necessary, but I can understand it can be very difficult to implement. The narcissistic discard is very painful and very difficult for the victim and the survivor. I know because I have been through it personally. Just keep in mind that these are helpful suggestions, but it can be difficult to do. Remember, you are not a bad person or something is wrong with you. The discard and the abuse is all about the dysfunction, unhealthy reactions, and mental state of the narcissist. Hi, my name is Maria, and I'm studying to become a life coach specializing in narcissistic abuse and trauma recovery. I hope my videos are helpful, informative, and validating for you. Whether you are presently in or have been in a narcissistic abusive relationship, or if you have a friend or family member that presently is or has been in a narcissistic abusive relationship, or maybe you have a friend or family member that is a narcissist, a boss, a colleague, a roommate. It does not have to be a romantic relationship. Go no contact is the most crucial step to block them on all social media, including phone and email, to stop the cycle of abuse. If co-parenting or work requires minimal contact, use the gray rock method, remaining boring and unresponsive as possible to avoid giving them the supply they need. I have talked about this in previous videos. It's actually like having a poker face and no emotional reaction. Establish firm boundaries. Set healthy boundaries in all your relationships moving forward. This is being clear about your needs and personal limits. You may find kickback with people, but follow through anyway. If you don't, they may learn that they can walk all over you. They will respect you more if you have the boundaries. Secure your environment. Change locks, passwords to accounts such as email, bank accounts, and social media. Get a dog to guard the place or security cameras if you can. They may come around. So there is emotional healing and support. Acknowledge and validate your feelings. Your feelings of rage, anger, sadness, and confusion are normal and need to be acknowledged. Grief and loss in the relationship, even when it is abusive, is a normal part of the healing process. Do not try to suppress it and cover it up. Face it straight on and deal with it as it arises. I had an experience the other day doing what I enjoy, and that is being out in nature and hiking. And I thought I had dealt with all of my grief around what I had been through over many years with narcissistic abuse. It hit me like a ton of bricks, and I started grieving and crying again about all the losses I had been through in my life due to narcissistic abuse. They are many, and I had to continue to work through it again. And grief is not linear. It can pop up when you least expect it. It is important to maintain support with trusted, empathetic friends and family that you feel safe with, who can provide validation and comfort. When I had this grief hit me, I turned to my friends and family for support. It is amazingly helpful. It is very helpful also to go for therapy, to go to a therapist or counselor that specializes in narcissistic abuse and trauma. It will help you in the process of processing trauma and rebuilding your self-esteem and developing healthier coping mechanisms. Support groups are also an option. I found them to be greatly helpful in my recovery process. It also helps reduce isolation and provides invaluable insights and support. It also reminds you that you're not alone. I talked about this many times, but practicing self-care is so very important and vital for your emotional healing. Prioritize your physical and mental well-being. Focus on good sleep, healthy diet, exercise, and activities that bring you joy and a sense of peace. Rediscover yourself and what you like, and you may discover that you have interests you never knew about. This happened to me. I discovered that I love plants and gardening. I find it very therapeutic. Reclaiming yourself and your identity can be a part of self-care, re-engaging in old hobbies that interested you before you had this narcissistic relationship. Focusing on what you want in life, learning about narcissistic personality disorder or NPD and abusive relationship dynamics can help you understand that their behavior was not your fault and equip yourself to recognize the red flags for the future. Narcissism is on the spectrum. Everybody has a bit of it. Everyone is selfish. Some people have moderate amounts of narcissism, and some are full-on narcissists with narcissistic personality disorder. Educating yourself on narcissism can greatly validate you and prevent you from future narcissistic relationships. It may help you to realize that you are not the one to blame. This worked in my situation. I watched many videos on YouTube about narcissism. It greatly helped me, and I have shared this, and I will say it again, that this is why I have my YouTube channel. I want to help others. I spent thousands of hours studying narcissism, so I wouldn't find another narcissistic relationship. Practicing self-compassion, focusing on rebuilding your self-esteem and self-worth. Remind yourself that you are the victim of disordered person's actions. Don't blame yourself for falling for their manipulation. Anyone can fall for the manipulation, even a therapist. It does not say something about you. Tell yourself that you are valuable 3 times at 3 different times a day. This will help rewire your brain and help you believe that you are valuable. Avoid getting in new relationships right away. Give yourself time to heal before a new relationship, a romantic one. Focus on building a healthy relationship with yourself first. I know for me it was very tempting to jump right into another relationship. But most of these relationships fail. They're called rebound relationships. You need to give yourself time. It may be a year or more, but you can't put a time frame on it. By taking these practical steps, you remove the source of the abuse and create a necessary space to heal and rebuild a healthy, fulfilling life. If you like my video and can identify with it, please like, share, follow, or subscribe. And if you can identify and you have gone through a narcissistic discard or are going through it, please tell me in the comments below. I want to hear your stories. And let me know if you would like to hear about anything else in future videos. So now I will tell you about the 4 key techniques in overcoming emotionally from the narcissistic discard. Coping after leaving a narcissist involves focusing on healing, setting boundaries, and rebuilding your self-worth. This process is a non-linear journey, like grief is, that requires patience and self-compassion. Establish no contact boundaries. This will remove the abuser's influence and prevent future manipulation. Block all communication. This means blocking their phone, the emails, and social media accounts, and don't frequent where they do. Do not leave any windows open for them to monitor your life or reach out. Remove physical reminders. Get rid of gifts, photos, and other memorabilia associated with the relationship. Removing these items will help create a physical and emotional distance. This will help you heal faster. I had a very difficult time with this, as I bought a pair of shoes that I really liked, and when he was with me, and it made me think of him, and I had a hard time getting rid of them, and I also had difficulty getting rid of other things. Do not share details about your life with shared contacts or friends. You do not want to hear updates about your ex or engaging in conversations about them. If you do, it will make it more difficult to heal emotionally and move on. I will see you in the next video.